We will start with our first speaker, Cameron. Cameron will be speaking on how having overcomplicated aesthetic planning systems might be ruining your life. Cameron believes this topic is relevant because a planning system is something everyone should use, especially for managing tasks for school and life in general.
Please give a warm welcome for Cameron.
Hi everyone. So today I'll be talking about is being aesthetic making your life ugly. I'm sure you guys have seen pictures and videos like this online before on TikTok, Pinterest, or YouTube maybe. And they look really cool and really pretty and makes you want to have one, doesn't it? But the thing is, when you try and adapt to it or when you copy theirs off online, it doesn't work most of the time. Okay, so this is when I introduce to you what a productivity system is. Productivity systems are methods and tools you use to get things done efficiently and effectively. And some examples of productivity systems can include like the Pomodoro technique, where I'm sure most of us are familiar with this as we are students after all. And this is basically just having certain time periods of focus and having little breaks in between those focus time periods. Next we have calendar blocking, which is essentially just scheduling all your events and all your tasks into a calendar. And we also have bullet journaling, which is a big notebook, or it's just a notebook where you have a lot of different tools inside, like your to-do list, your trackers, and your checklists, and everything is in here. Okay, so I know that just now I showed you very nice pictures of those productivity systems, and I know that it makes you want to adapt to it and makes you want to copy off the internet, but research has proven that overcomplicated and overwhelming systems like those can be a reason of stress and can not work in general. Okay, so let's go through some notable benefits of a productivity system first. A productivity system is bound to help you with your goal setting because it encourages you to become a better and more desirable person in general. And it can also help you with your motivation. It can help you with when you're taking stuff off your to-do list. Every one little thing you check off, it increases your momentum and pushes you forward to keep on going. And it can also help with your work-life balance as well. And as you guys see here, this is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And this book by Stephen Covey basically mentions about 7 habits. And when you have a good productivity system in place, automatically you'll achieve the habits, put first things first, and begin the end in mind. And if you don't know who Stephen Covey is the author of a very well-known self-help book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, as we see here. And the 7 habits include be proactive, begin the end in mind, put first things first, think win-win, seek first to understand and to be understood, synergize, and sharpen the saw. He basically created these habits to help you with your independence, emotional intelligence, and problem-solving skills. Okay, so now, we are only human after all. And while you can get all the benefits from having a good productivity system, we have this economic theory and economic concept called the law of diminishing marginal utility. And what is marginal utility, you may ask? Marginal utility refers to the satisfaction of something, the satisfaction you gain after consuming one extra product. So the law of diminishing marginal utility claims that the more you consume a product, the less and less satisfaction you actually gain from it. Okay, so let's give an example. Let's say you're watching a show for the first time, Gossip Girl or Outer Banks maybe, and you really loved it the first time. Absolutely loved it. So then you decide to watch it the second time. And when you watch it the second time, you still liked it. And you still loved it to somewhat a good level. So you decide to watch it again. But then when you watch it again, it doesn't really hit the same anymore, does it? So that's the law of diminishing marginal utility in its works. And if we put it into perspective with our productivity systems, if you use a productivity system that is way too overcomplicated for you or way too overwhelming for you, the chances are that your satisfaction levels will keep on decreasing and you'll just end up with no productivity system at all. And having no productivity system can lead to many ugly consequences, like failure to plan, succumbing to procrastination, or even increasing stress levels. And research shows that your having no productivity system in place can be a reason why you have more and increased stress levels in life. And having these increased stress levels can lead you to many different things and many mishaps and misfortunes, which we also know as adversity, which is today's topic. And you might be asking, how do I make a productivity system if I'm already going through a tough time, if I'm already facing my adversity like right now? Or what do I do if I want my productivity system to look good at the same time as being functional? Or how do I even make or start a productivity system in the first place? Alright, so first and foremost, you should research about the different methods and tools you can use online, and you have to make sure that they are applicable to your own life. And you can also try and research for stuff and find for inspo on TikTok or Instagram or any other social media platform. But you really have to make sure you don't overdo it and don't jump right in straight away. Because if you jump right in and use notebooks and planners that are way too extravagant for you, or you use apps that you're not familiar with, you're almost setting yourself up for failure. So don't overdo it from the start. Just start with the basics, and even a simple pen and paper or notebook or your default notes app on your laptop is enough. Alright, so research also has proven that it takes up to an average of 2 months. It takes up to an average of 2 months to form habits. So what my suggestion to you is to start with your basic productivity system, as we mentioned before, like your basic notes app or your simple pen and paper. Just use that for around 2 months' time. And then after 2 months, you can start to adapt to it and evolve that productivity system more and more. As time passes, you just keep changing up and updating your productivity system. And for example, let's say you have a sticky note. You just have a sticky note that you use to put your daily tasks in every day as a to-do list. And you think it's time to change it up a little bit. So then you can try and put it in a nicer notebook like this, as you can see here. Or if you want to turn it into a digital to-do list system, you can try using a different app or your reminders app on your laptop. Alright, and secondly, after that, thirdly, we can start adding decorations more and more after we adapt to whatever you decide to adapt your productivity system to. Alright, so by adding decorations, you could add images, GIFs, videos onto your digital planner, or let's say your productivity system is physical. You can try adding doodles, different colors of highlighters, maybe anything you want. It doesn't hurt to try and experiment turning your productivity system into a scrapbook. Okay, and I know that you guys might want some inspiration for your productivity systems, and this is mine. So this is my default notes app on my laptop, and it's just for quick brain dumping and quick class notes here and there. And this is my default reminders app as well. And this default reminders app just basically tells me and reminds me what homework I need to do and all the things I need to do. My default calendar app, and this default calendar app, it just works as a calendar essentially. All my important tasks and events are all in here. And lastly, we have my grade tracker. This is on Google Sheets. You guys can make this as well. And this basically just tracks my grades. Okay, and I get that some of you guys may not have the attention span or the patience to go through the entire process I just told you to. So what I recommend for you is to just limit all the distractions possible. Distractions could include unnecessary buttons, too many colors, or too many fancy drawings and too many fancy doodles in your planner maybe. Alright, so a suggestion could be to use just a simple bullet journal, because a bullet journal entails you with unlimited customization and unlimited control over what you put in a notebook. So I suggest that you put just a simple daily tracker and a simple monthly planner, just so that you have a clear view of what you need to do today and what is coming up in the next month. So back to the original question. Is being aesthetic making your life ugly? I think what is important is to make productivity systems that actually work for us and makes us stronger for what comes ahead. Thank you.